Got my voice back. Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne, Ethan, and Tim in the building right now. Ephraim's supposed to be on his way. A good game by our Eagles, a good team win by our Eagles. We had the first half, the offense was holding us down. Second half, defense stepped up and did their part, and then the offense did enough. The offense sealed the deal. Other than a couple missed plays and missed opportunities, we should have blew this team out. But that being said, I think a game like this kind of shows the strength of the Eagles. The Eagles are deep. The Eagles can beat you in multiple ways. We can beat you with the running game. We can beat you with the passing game. The defense can get geared up and make stops and do things. The special teams is solid. What's up, Lee? Is that my brother? What's up, Lee? But yeah, the Eagles is a solid team. This is why when we was talking about how many wins they would have during the regular season, most of our numbers was up there like 13. Like honestly, I feel like they could win every game, but you know that they're not going to win every game. Yeah. But I really do feel like the Eagles is one of the more talented teams in the league all throughout. Because even Jalen he had a couple bad plays, but he makes some big plays. And I got to give Jalen props. One of the things I'm looking at in him playing now, even from last year, his run selection has gotten better. His run selection has definitely gotten better. Like whereas though he don't feel like he got to break and run. Like he does more buying time in the pocket. But then on them certain plays, when it's like, all right, I'm going to run this and we're going to get this first down. Yeah. I mean, it was on the money.
So I'm debating as far as my game ball, what goes to is between the offensive line and that defense in the second half. Because both of them were dominant. And what's that? Leon, he said he loved the second half adjustments by showing the side in that defense. I agree with him. That defense came. They only gave him 50 yards in the second half.
Because what was he saying? What did you say at half?
Because I was going crazy. I was like, "Yo!"
Oh no! I'm just saying. What was our consensus at the half about the defense? I agree.
They scoring. Remember? Because think about it, the ball. Cooper Kupp hasn't played a game. He was out for the first 4 games of the season. This was his first game. So imagine his first game back, and he killed us. He torched us. Second half, he disappeared.
I mean, but the boys. Go ahead, Ethan. What you got?
Listen, man. Jalen Hurts, offensive line. Can't say enough about him. Hurts really played a good game. He had the one bad throw. I'm gonna say it's a bad throw. Maybe AJ should have came back earlier. I don't know what the play call was. He had the one bad throw. He made a good pick too. He made a good pick.
I'm gonna address that, Tim. Don't worry about it.
But Hurts and the offense played good, man. This offense, when they needed to, they can ground and pound you too, man. They can do it either way. Pass blocking's nice. Open up the holes for the running game. Swift's nice. He makes nice cuts. He knows how to find a hole. He knows when to bounce it outside. I really like Swift. I think he was really, really underestimated. That was a steal of a trade.
It was.
Steal of a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even miss a beat with Miles Sanders.
No.
Might even be a tad bit better.
I think it's upgrade. I think, and I was big on Miles. I think that's upgrade. I think it's upgrade. But Baller, to address you, I don't need to apologize to Jalen because his arm is not the top tier arm. However, like I said last year, since y'all want to keep carrying on this, Jalen brings so many other things to the table. Like I said last year, his running is a top-notch, top-tier running. That ability itself, when you have a player, and I equated it to Cam Newton and Mike Vick, it's not the exact same type of running, but when you have a player that can run like that and still make plays and smart as a quarterback, it opens up everything. And it ain't no excuses. How strong was his arm on that interception? All right, shut up. How strong was his arm in the first 3 games in the rain?
I don't think that interception had to do anything with arm strength.
How strong was his arm in the first 3 games in the rain? So I'll say this though. Jalen Hurts is a smart quarterback, and his arm is not trash. It's not a candy arm, but he's not in the top tier arms. And that was my big thing is I like a quarterback with a big arm.
He's a top tier quarterback.
And guess what? And guess what he also got, as Ethan alluded to, they loaded this roster around him.
Listen,
because
as did Joe Montana,
I got
as
to
did
defend Hurts
John
a little bit.
Elway, as did everybody.
I got to defend Hurts is the man is 23-1 or 22.
Oh no, he balling. I agree. He
Come
balling.
on, he's a winner.
But I'm saying,
He's a winner.
but I'm saying that when people saying I'm hating on Hurts, my whole big deal was about Hurts' arm. But I've always said that he does all the intangible things. And last year I came through and I said Hurts is the guy we can win the Super Bowl with him because Hurts does the intangible. Hurts brings everything else. He's a hard worker. He motivates his team. They love him. He's a great teammate. You know what I'm saying? He's smart. He does everything else. So what? The fact that I would get caught up on the fact that his arm is not a rocket arm, and it's not. But he brings so many other things that it supersedes all that, especially when you put talent around him.
Are y'all okay with Sirianni going off on him?
Yes.
Yeah, because Jalen's used to that.
No, he'll need year one.
Jalen is.
Year one and year two, I'm okay with that. Now he's a star. You don't need to be showing him up like that.
But that's what Jalen operates like that. He told you that. That's what he's used to. His dad did it to him. When he's in college, that's what he operates on.
He don't need to do that now.
You sound like one of these soft Gen Z dudes.
You don't need to do that now.
Jalen got that old school football mindset. What's up, Ephraim? What you got?
As regards to coach going off on Jalen,
Hey Tim, post that comment.
We balance each other out.
Yeah.
Football emotional game. I mean, sometimes you just get caught up in a moment of emotion. You snap on somebody, and I will say this: Jalen probably the most coolest. He is the coolest dude on the sideline.
He is.
I seen AJ snap on him now. I seen the coach snap on him, and he never really snapped back. But that's probably just his personality. Some dudes is cool. Like even in interviews, I rarely saw somebody as young as him outside of probably like LeBron, who handles himself at that age that
maturity.
Well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that level of maturity. So he different. He's special. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. I know Ethan sent us some little thing that I text board with somebody saying that Josh Allen is elite. No, I don't think so. I think the only elite quarterback in the league is Patrick Mahomes. He's the only elite quarterback in the league.
Hold on. Do you agree? Do you agree with why he said that?
He said back-to-back years, but
he said you need at least 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I 2 years of what?
Of playing good.
A winner.
I mean, but Josh Allen had 15 interceptions last year, the year before. He turned over the ball. Buffalo fans don't like how many interceptions he throw. You know what I'm saying? So he's not elite to me. Elite. Remember how we was having this conversation about stars and superstars and mega stars?
Right.
And all? Elite to me is that's another level of play. Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is the only elite quarterback. Now you have good quarterbacks. You have your tier of great, I guess, in this day and age, like in this game, great quarterbacks. I think Jalen, I do think Josh Allen is up there with him. But elite, I think that's a spot only right now held by Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady before he retired. But to the game,
in that category though.
No, he's not elite. I don't think Jalen's elite right now. I think he can be elite. I think he can get to that level, but I don't think he's elite. I do think he is the best winning quarterback right now, probably in the NFL, maybe next to Patrick Mahomes. But I mean, the record speaks for itself. When it's time to make plays, he makes plays. You don't win as many games as he is. I know people, he got a great team and his defense is good and all this. You don't win as many games as he's won without making some great plays in crucial situations. And he's been doing that. He did it again today. He did it last week. He did it all this year.
Oklahoma. He did it at Alabama. He only lost like 4 or 5 games in college. Total.
He's definitely the motor on the. He is the engineer on this team. He is it. They do got talent around him. However, he puts everything together. I don't think you could just plug any quarterback in there as good as the talent is around him.
Last year when we did.
Yeah, just any quarterback's not going to step in there. Jalen commands the room. He commands the respect. He makes plays, like Ephraim said, and like I said earlier, he makes big plays. It's like you'll sit there and look, and it look like, all right, we need to play, and he might break out and run, or he might make that pass, and now, to me, he's gotten better at buying time in the pocket instead of just taking off and then running now. I think he's more selective with his running, and it's elevating his game, even though his numbers might not be as, his QB rating ain't the same.
Yeah, 300.
His quarterback rating was only 84 though. That's what I'm saying. Even though his quarterback rating isn't up there like that, to me, it looks like he's progressed in his gameplay. Like whereas though he don't feel like he just looks like a better player to me, even though his stats is not up, like his running and everything else wasn't as high and everything else. He looks like he's a more cerebral player. Like he's growing and he's getting better at the quarterback position.
Yeah, shout out to Brian Johnson too. He called a great game today. Well balanced, 39 yards rushing, 39 attempts rushing, 39 attempts passing. I mean, I like what they did this today. They didn't overload Swift in the beginning of the game. They worked him at the end of the game, the second half. The first couple games, he was like the dominant force in the first half. So they mixed it up a little bit. He just was dominant today. Everybody been on him hard, but they've been on him. And I think I'm gonna give him his props.
What's up, Bass? I'm still a little worried about our secondary. I mean, granted, probably the best team we'll play is Miami, and they're one out of 32 teams that got that type of speed. But is the Rams offense that good that we should have been getting cooked like that?
So Sergeant Bass.
I mean, we only gave up 14 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was 14 points and a half. We talking about cooking. They gave up 14 points in the first half.
I will say, I think they kept the ball the whole fourth quarter. I think outside of
they ain't really touched the ball that much in the second half.
They had to that one possession. I gotta look at the play-by-play. But if I'm not mistaken, we got the ball at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and by the time we gave it up, it was like 3 minutes left. It was like 3 or 4 minutes left to go in the game. So we did a great job possession controlling the possession-wise. But I
agree.
I mean, they didn't cook. The best Stafford, a good quarter. He won a Super Bowl. Let's not forget that. And he won a Super Bowl. It wasn't like the offense was just so loaded. He's a great quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. I wouldn't say elite, but a very good top tier upper echelon quarterback. Solid receivers. He's comfortable with whatchamacall. I like how even dismissing Buffalo like they ain't win 13 games each of the past 2 years. I mean, that's cute. That's nice, but what did he got a Super Bowl? I mean, did he win a Super Bowl with it? Like,
I mean, neither did we though. So.
Huh? Yeah. Did I say Jalen was elite?
Stafford won a Super Bowl. Is he elite?
Who?
Stafford.
No, I said he's a great quarterback. He's not elite. Elite
he won
to
a
me,
Super Bowl though.
I just said the only elite quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. He's the only.
So you can't be. You got to win a Super Bowl to be elite.
You gotta put up the numbers and win a Super Bowl. I think, in my opinion, to be elite.
Jalen numbers better than
Stafford didn't have some big years.
You can make an argument for Stafford. Now I'm not even going to say no. You can make an argument for Stafford. He won the Super Bowl and he put up numbers. So you can make an argument say he's on an elite level quarterback. I can't argue with that.
But I get your point. Pat Mahomes is a tier above everybody else.
So Pat Mahomes and A-Rod, is A-Rod still elite?
He ain't playing. I mean,
I would put him as an elite quarterback.
So I'm not putting Aaron Rodgers on.
I'm not saying that he's still elite now.
I got level as Jalen. He's not above Jalen.
He could have just. You said Aaron Rodgers now. Saying
you don't think Aaron Rodgers not above Jalen? This is
Aaron Rodgers won.
This is Aaron Rodgers
won 12. He literally won over a decade ago. Y'all, he's riding it. Like the Boston Celtics riding that championship they won.
Tim, this is where you start. Tim, this is where you start losing credibility. We're not going to dismiss Aaron Rodgers' career, bro. Like, if you want to talk about this year because he's hurt and what he's not doing this year, but you're not going to tell me, Aaron. Put it this way: put Aaron Rodgers a couple years ago with the talent that we got on this Eagles team around him, defense, offense, and running game. He'd have won a couple Super Bowls.
No, he went. All he did was
I don't know what happened to Russell Wilson either. That's a tragedy. What's happened to him over in Denver because he was an elite quarterback.
No, he was an elite. You could put Russell Wilson in the elite category. Hey, Josh Allen. You know how many passes Josh Allen threw? Josh Allen almost threw 700 passes last year. That's 5,200 yards. That's a lot of passes, bro. I'm not saying he's not a great. He's a great quarterback to me. He's still not. He hasn't reached the level of elite to me. I'm just saying. No, he's great. He's great, but he threw the ball almost 700 times last year. Look at the stats.
Ain't that his job as a quarterback?
Detroit might be better than Dallas.
He's talking about how many yards he threw and all this stuff. He's a passing quarterback. He's a passing offense. He throws the ball a lot, a whole heck of a lot. I seriously doubt if Kirk Cousins could throw for 5,200 yards if he threw 600, 700.
Starscream said Brady threw 700 last year too.
Yeah, I mean that's why he had a lot of passing yards. So you saying what are you saying? Brady got 7 Super Bowls. Are we comparing Brady to Josh Allen now?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, is that what we doing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we can. Anytime Tim gonna
Nah,
compare
the only person you
Hurt.
can compare Brady to is Mahomes. Brady on a league of his own.
I agree.
I'm comparing A-Rod to Jalen. They like on the same level.
Now, I
What
mean,
you
if you
mean
talk about
right now?
right
You
now,
talking about Hurt A-Rod,
You talking
yes.
about Hurt?
No.
Hurt and Hurt A-Rod?
If A-Rod would have played this year, I don't think he's playing. To Tim's point, I don't think he's playing at elite level the last 2 years. Be honest with you, like he played good, great ball, but I don't think he played.
Wasn't one of those years he was an MVP running too?
Like 2 years ago, I
2
think.
years ago when he got COVID,
I don't think it was that long ago, was it?
He won an MVP when he got COVID like a couple years ago. But I'm not.
The point is, Starskin, you're making a point about how many yards he threw. I'm just saying he threw a lot of yards because he throws the ball a lot. But are we comparing him? Who would you rather have, Mahomes or Josh Allen? Mahomes has how many Super Bowls he got? 2 Super Bowls or 3?
All right. Well, look, let me just give you this though, Tim, real quick. When y'all saying Aaron Rodgers, so you said in 2020, you said during the COVID year or whatever.
Josh Allen even been in Super Bowl yet?
In the COVID year, he threw for 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for 121 quarterback average. And the next year in 2021, he threw for 37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions with a 111.9.
What did he do last year?
What did he do in the playoffs?
Last year, he only threw for 91, a quarterback rating, 26 and 12.
Yeah, as I said,
26. But I'm saying 26 and 12 is not a bad year, but it's not what he had done 2 years previous.
No, listen, he's an elite. He has been an elite quarterback for the majority part of his career. I do think he's on the down end of his career.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
What I will say is, if you compare the last, this is the point I'm making. Compare the last 2 years.
I agree with that
of Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Hurts. They're on the same level.
The last 2 years.
Last 2 years.
Not this year. You talking about the 2 years before this?
I'm not taking 2 years of A-Rod's whole career and just put him on the level with Jalen Hurts. That's what I'm not.
But it don't even matter.
Listen, you're not.
You know why it don't matter, Ethan?
Because he put Aaron Rodgers' whole career to 2 years. He's comparable to Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to do that.
But even the 2 years thing that he's talking about in 2021, Aaron Rodgers threw for 111 quarterback rating for 37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Team success. How far did they go in the playoffs?
37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Come on, man. You sounding crazy.
How far did they go?
Okay.
Because Jalen had a first year exit, and then he got to the Super Bowl. Now compare
real quick, because Tim getting sidetracked. Let me give a hats off to Reddick too for stepping up at the end of the game, getting them 2 huge sacks at the end of the game. My knock was always on Reddick that he ain't a true DN. He's a linebacker, and you see how he comes off the end. He comes off. A lot of times they rush him 5 when Reddick is in there blitzing, but I seen a couple of times they rush 4. One of the DNs dropped off, but Reddick's fighting, man. He fighting to keep his name alive. 2 huge sacks at the end of the game, and he ain't in a contract year. He got a contract last year.
He got a 3-year deal though. He wants another contract.
They all do, but he ain't in the contract year
because he wants to renegotiate his contract or he want an extension because Autumn ends got a lot of money, a lot more.
He's not an end. He's not an end.
He's technically an end.
He's not.
You know what you got to do? You got to get over that. You got to get over that mindset. This is what the league is now. They put
it's not. It's not a true end. First of all, it's bigger than Reddick. Reddick's not that big. Secondly, they play the run just as well as the pass. Reddick doesn't play the run well. He's a linebacker.
That's not true in this NFL. That's not true. You know why? You got a lot of these undersized guys because teams are pass happy now. So you do have a lot of these. That's like Javon Kearse wasn't that heavy. He was lightweight going off that corner, going off the edge. Now I'm saying you got a lot of undersized guys playing that edge. That's the way this football is now. Huh?
How long he lasts?
Kearse lasted a while.
Yeah,
he played for us for like 3 or 4. Didn't he play for us for like 3 years after he played?
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Even Hassan Reddick, is he an end or is he a linebacker?
He a hybrid. He a DN. He like Lawrence Taylor. It's Lawrence Taylor.
Exactly. But I mean, And Lawrence Taylor ran that in the 3-4. So in the 3-4, you do have that extra down lineman. That's what all I'm saying is, to me, is I hear what Ethan's saying.
And I agree with you. Who be running? Ain't nobody be running at him like that, getting a bunch of yards. What running back?
He the same as Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, that pretty much like the same type player.
Who?
That's the new.
Yeah, but they smaller. Reddick isn't big enough to hold up as a DN.
Reddick is an animal. Reddick is okay.
He is at rushing the passer, but DNs are like 260, 265. Reddick is 240.
You're sounding like one of them old guys, bro. This is a different league.
Setting the edge, Wayne, he can't set the edge. How about
it's a different league. No, he absolutely can set the edge. That's the whole point. He gets out on the edge and makes the guys at the running side to the monster D tackles.
No, he gets away with it because we got monster D tackles.
No,
as far as holding the edge,
setting the edge means you're not letting players outside of your side.
He don't do that
edge.
He's strictly to rush the quarterback. He's strictly to rush the quarterback.
He sends dudes on it to the inside. Same thing.
The Garrett, the Myles Garrett's, the Nick Bosa's, the true DNs. He's not. It's not a knock on him. He's just a linebacker. He's undersized.
So you don't think he should get paid like them?
I ain't saying he shouldn't get paid, but he's not an every down end.
Well, we rotate so much. Everybody.
Yeah, we don't got every down nothing.
We really don't. Yo, and then shout out. We ain't really talking about the boy.
Sweat
Jalen
plays
Harden.
a lot. Sweat is almost like an every down end. I see Sweat in there almost all the time. I could look at the snap counts, but Sweat plays a lot.
Jalen Carter had 2 sacks again today. He's
2-1.
having a great rookie season. And
Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett is around 260, 265. Philly T noise. What's the name is 240.
Who's 240?
That's the NFL today, bro. This is
Hassan
Reddick.
Hassan Reddick. I mean, it's fine.
Oh, that's great.
Because you also want defensive ends that can actually get out and guard, like cover the flats if the running backs get it out there and everything else. Them big fat dudes ain't getting out there to get there. The NFL is different. It's kind of like basketball. Basketball is different, whereas though it's like a lot of where your big guys can shoot and stuff like that now too. It's a different type of NFL.
But I know he's a freak. But for instance, Myles Garrett is 272 and Nick Bosa is 266. That's a DN.
Well, who's taking advantage of him on that defensive line? Teams aren't running up.
Hassan Reddick is 235. That's a huge difference.
No, he a monster. He all right, don't matter. It ain't the size of the man, it's the drive of the man. I always tell Tim that when Tim always be like, I want somebody who long like that. I want to
First of all,
so long. Remember all that? Remember that? Pause. And I had to tell him to calm down because he was getting too hyped. Ethan sound the same way. What do you wait? Husky. I want a big husky DN. Calm down.
I want a thick DN. You want a thick DN.
You want a thick. You want DN thick. Yo, he good. You don't got it.
Michael Parsons not a DN either. Michael Parsons not a DN either. He's a linebacker.
No, he is a linebacker.
But what I do like is we learned a lot. We learned a tough lesson in the Super Bowl. You do need that kind of bull rusher defensive end because when the grounds was messed up and they couldn't get that speed rush, they was able to run all over us.
We had a bull rushing DN and Brandon Graham, who y'all love, and what he do?
Brandon Graham won our Super Bowl for us. Apologize.
Exactly.
He had one play. Man, stop. That man ain't do nothing that whole Super Bowl, but he did come up with that one big play. He did nothing that whole Super Bowl though. So don't say he won the Super Bowl.
Did y'all give my man AJ Brown enough love today? Because that one hand,
elite,
no love. Yeah,
he's elite.
Crazy. That one
hand catch when he got horse collar. Horse collar.
Yes,
that was a touchdown. Boy,
I hate that horse collar play because that take out balls like left and right. I remember a lot of times, especially when they were playing on AstroTurf. I mean, you know better. They know better. Even though we wound up doing the same thing that one of our players did. I think in Blankenship. I think he did it to somebody on that team.
Listen, man, the boy AJ Brown is him. We got 2 banging receivers though, because I still can't dismiss I guess how they play off each other, him and Smith. Because if you roll coverage one way, AJ Brown gonna hurt you. You roll it the other too much to AJ Brown, and then Smith gonna hurt you. This 1-2 punch is deadly, man. Even though Smith ain't really put no work in, he only had one catch for like 6 yards. he's still Bull. And at any given moment, he could go off on you. But the physicality that AJ bring is special, man. I love it. And his hands.
We got multiple ways that we could kill teams. And
Man, he had 127 yards.
Mr. Wing, I'm not trashing Graham. I do think that Graham is a little overrated by Philly fans, but I think that he's a Philly legend, and I think that he deserves to be in the ring of honor in Philly and everything else. But I don't think that Brandon Graham is somebody I look at and think like he's a superstar and that he's a top tier player in the league like that.
Yeah,
but he's a Philly legend though. I don't hate on him.
And
no, I don't give Harden a pass. Where did I give Harden a pass? I ripped Harden.
And finally, whatchamacallit, I think Jalen Pat, and I've been telling y'all this for the past couple of weeks. I think I said this last week in particular. Jalen got over 300 yards passing. You know why? Because of Dallas Godert. You got to get Godert in the game. When he was struggling early on the season, remember I showed y'all, I did my own all 22, and I broke the plays down for y'all, and I showed y'all how many times he missed Godert and how many plays that Godert could have had first down, 20-yard gains, and so forth and so on. Those are the plays that get you 300, 400-yard passing games. And that's why he had the last two games. Godert has been instrumental in the offense. And that's why we won this game for one. And that's also why Jalen had 300 yards passing. Dallas got to keep him in the game. He's one of the best tight ends in the league, top 10 in the league, maybe top 5.
Yeah, Mr. Wynn, we already talked about this. They feel that it's okay for him to yell at him. At this point in his career, there's no need to be showing off your.
He only like 3 years deep in his career. You act like he's
exactly. Act like he's like a 20-year vet.
Showing him off.
Like a helicopter mom over Jalen Hurts.
Not need to do that.
But he not built like that. Jalen not soft like that. Jalen can take.
It's like
it is about that. How about this? How about maybe that's what get Jalen balling? You know how some dudes need that when it's like
Jalen was already balling.
All right. Man,
he was already
worse than Donovan McNabb, mom.
Bruh, yes.
That was too much hate, man.
But all right, now, let me ask y'all this.
He should be yelling at Hurts like that.
Let me ask y'all this when it comes to Jalen. Do you prefer for Jalen to be more on that risking it type style, like trying like that back shoulder throw that he tried to throw and end up being an interception? Or do you rather he be more of a and see people gonna take it like I'm disrespecting, and I'm not trying to disrespect them, but I'm saying manage the game as in taking what the defense gives you because they have so much talent, including him. They have so much talent. To me, I don't think that they really have to force anything. There's so many different ways this Eagle team can beat you.
You think that was a forced pass? One-on-one with the pass. He just didn't give AJ a chance to go get it. But one-on-one with AJ Brown,
he threw it. He was trying to throw the back shoulder. He was trying to throw the back shoulder pass.
He just didn't give AJ a chance to get it. One-on-one with AJ, you throwing that ball.
But if you gonna throw it, then throw it deep. I don't throw it like
put it up to grab. It just was a bad location.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't think he meant to throw it where it went. I think he just threw a bad pass.
You don't think so?
No, I think he should
because he threw one just like that when he got the pass interference on the other side. So that's why I'm thinking that he was trying to do that exact same.
The one
even the announcer said it.
I mean, if he was, I mean,
the other one on the other side, he got pass interference called for him.
If he was, then he should have just put more air and to put it to the back of the end.
Yeah, if he was, I feel like it was him being cute. Just put it up there, let AJ go on monster.
That's my thing. Yeah, let him go get it. I don't think the pass in itself, the thought of throwing over there was a bad forced throw because you got AJ one-on-one. So
no, I agree. I
don't mind that. I think Kelsey was yelling about them not getting the plays in on time because they had a couple.
Yeah, that is what he was yelling about.
Delayed games or something.
And he should have.
Kelsey was yelling at us. But I mean, AJ and Jalen is a very mean combination. But again, you free AJ up by getting Godert involved and making either your safety or your linebacker respect the fact that Godert can get this ball at any moment, so it makes the defense play totally different. Make them second guess. All you got to do is get a safety to second guess itself for 1 second. That's all you got to do, and you can pop the top with AJ or Devontae Smith.
AJ getting himself in a combo for top 10 receiver.
Who's the best receiver in the league right now?
Chase,
the dude from Miami. Nah. It's Tyreek.
Oh, you talking about Tyreek? You talking about Hill?
I'll go with Tyreek.
Justin Jefferson is not the top best receiver in the league.
I think they're the top 3. I think those are the top 3: Chase, Jefferson, and Tyreek. But if I had my opinion, if I had the option to choose one of the 3, I might take Tyreek. Tyreek's speed and his hands is crazy. It's a very rare combination of that type of speed and that hands. You only seen that a few times in NFL history with Deshaun Jackson, with Randy Moss. That's a very rare combination. And Tyreek Hill got it.
Real quick
So,
scenarios.
so AJ in
I
5?
said that about Springer. I said that about Springer last year, that he looks like a true point guard to me. I kind of got ridiculed, but I would like to see a little bit more Springer just to see what he got.
AJ might be playing himself in top 5. You know, you don't hear much about Devontae Adams this year. They don't really got a good quarterback.
No, Devontae Adams, though.
Devontae said he want to be out.
I forgot all about Devontae Adams, though. But yeah, I mean, he got to be. He's in. I guess it's done for then. I will put Devontae Adams over Chase, even though Chase is nasty. Devontae Adams is crazy nice. To me, it might be Hill, Devontae, and then Jefferson and Chase because they're younger.
So AJ don't get in your top 4?
AJ might be 5 after them too.
Now back to what I was saying about the and this is my thing with the Eagles offense. Like Ephraim was saying, like you get all these other guys involved. I think that the Eagles offense is so good. It's just up to the coordinator to pick and choose what they take, and the quarterback. Because I think that at any point in time, I would like Quez to be more consistent, because Quez
I'm out on Quez. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Quez
also was wide open on a couple plays, and he just Jalen might have just been like, "No, I don't trust your hands."
I'm out on
like you're not going to set me up.
I was looking forward to him coming back to the day.
But that being said, man, I'm looking at this when you're looking at Godert and AJ and Smith and then Swift and Jalen. Like the Eagles offense to me can kill you on so many different levels. It's kind of like, to me, it's like let the defense pick their poison, and whatever they think they can stop, then you go ahead and you hit them something else. And I think the Eagles kind of did that today, because they was coming up and they were stopping Swift early on the run game, but then like you said, Jalen came out, he was hitting Hurts. I mean hitting Godert early on. He's like, bang, we gonna hit you with that. And then once they start trying to clamp down on that, okay, now we hit you with AJ. And then when you start opening up the other stuff, hand it off. And then Jalen did what he did. This was a game where he needed to run a little bit, because that defensive line, those tackles with Donald and that interior defense was camping down on that run. But once Jalen took off and ran, and again, I gave Jalen the utmost props, because he don't just take off and run like that no more. He really do kind of do more of what Donovan used to do, like try to buy that time in that pocket. But Hurts, when it was time to take off and run, he took off and ran, and I'll give him props.
I might want in that third start. I might want the boys. What's the boy? Zacchaeus or something? Zacchaeus, Amadeus. Him. I think
Amadeus.
Yeah, I think I might want him in that third slot. I told you this about Quez. Tracking the ball is is a underrated talent.
Absolutely.
I think the best ball tracker on our team is probably Devontae Smith. When that ball go in the air, that's a very underrated skill set that a lot of dudes haven't mastered. Quez, as fast as he is, his ball tracking skills is so suspect, man. Oh my goodness.
Man, not even just where to run. Like, you didn't say you just hit the hole right there and you get the first.
Oh, yeah, you saw it on the screen? That was
that made me so angry. I was done after that.
No, I forgot about that play. That play pissed me off. They had it set up
like you to get the first down.
All you had to do was just squeeze.
They opened them like this, and you run around to where the defender was. Right into him.
You know what he did? You remember how you said Miles used to be scared to run inside, and he just
like that's how it would look. He was scared of the contact.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Quez been getting on my nerves for the last couple of years. I've been out on Quez. He did something dumb like that in the Super Bowl too. I can't remember exactly what play it was, but I remember I was irritated with Quez in the Super Bowl. He did something real suspect. Excuse me, but. Yeah, I'm out on Quez. I think that other third ball.
Quez for you got to save Quez and his speed for like the reverses or something like that. The gimmick plays.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm out on it.
You know what? I was just thinking about wide receivers. I might put Diggs, DeAndre. You can't figure about D-Hop, but he ain't been playing in a while. But
I like Trayvon.
Diggs is a monster too.
Hopkins actually had a pretty good game today. He had it, but he playing with a whack quarterback. I'm so surprised. I don't know why. I wonder if Eagles even considered trying to bring him in here. I guess we do. I got 2 number ones or 2 starting receivers already, so maybe he might mess the chemistry up. But D-Hop a problem, man.
Yeah. Now when I watch him, see certain bulls is like Coop. Watching Coop, you talk about Coop is a great route runner, man. I'm
Cooper
talking
Kupp.
about.
He is.
Yes, he's not the
Now let me ask you
fastest.
this: Was he running great routes, or was they just playing horrible defense? They kept
He was
shading him
running
to the
great routes.
outside every
He was
time.
running great. You
They
see
gave
him
him
in the Super Bowl.
They gave him the inside cut.
You know what routes Coop run a lot though? He run on routes that's hard to defend. He run like
routes, some in and out joints.
Yeah, he run them like
That's
some
true.
quick routes, but he also runs routes all the way across the field. Those routes are hard to defend. Them Jones, after you run somebody from one sideline to the other sideline, that's a harder route to defend than people think. So he loved doing them routes. Cooper Kupp loved
James
doing
Bradbury probably feel the same way.
Especially if you're on the slot, because then you get either underside, you get like that nickel corner or a linebacker stuck on you, or a safety, and
But D-Hop, D-Hop still got it. It just messed up. Some boys get with a whack quarterback, kind of like Devontae Adams going through, and your stats ain't really, you kind of fall out off the map a little bit. But Tyreek Hill to me is probably number one right now. He nasty.
I'm happy for him, man. Kansas City should have paid that man. Kansas City don't deserve to win since they let that bull go. Like
I
that.
absolutely agree with that. And their offense still ain't nice. They still shouldn't have beat us in the Super Bowl last year. We got jobbed. I don't care what nobody say. And their offense still ain't nice like that.
Tyreek feel the same way.
You heard that? Yes.
Yeah.
I think you posted that, right? I think you posted that.
I remember I saw, was it last when he signed the contract with Miami? I think it was like his sister. Wasn't he the one, his sister and them, they was on it? They was salty because it was like they thought he was gonna get this contract from Kansas City, and they was like keeping track of that whole thing.
Tua to me is okay, but he is a product of their team. I like
Tua and Hurts the same player.
No,
I think Hurts is a little better than Tua.
I do
think
too.
Hurts is a little better than Tua.
Wade is a hater.
No. It's a lot of similarities to them though, but I think Hurts is a better player.
No, Jalen is he's a winner.
I do like Tua. I think Jalen is better. Jalen is better. I never like Tua. To me, there's only two left-handed quarterbacks that I ever seen that look like when they throw the ball, they don't look like they're throwing left-handed, and that's Vic and Young. Tua looks like he's throwing left-handed. His mechanics, the way he throw it to me, I just hate how it look. It don't look right to me. I don't know why, but he looks like he's struggling to throw the ball for some reason. He looked like me throwing a left-handed pass. That's what he looked like.
you disrespected my man. Boomer Esiason was my man, but that's another story.
I gotta give Boomer's props. But Boomer wasn't.
Hey, Young, you're right. Morrow had a horrible day today.
Goodness, I wanted to get on that. Oh, he would have made me cut him if I was the coach.
He actually had some good tackles, but that drop pick and that and he didn't get the fumble, that was kind of irritating.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, how he missed the fumble, bruh. All right, the interception
redeemed himself and he didn't.
Yes,
he did.
It was bouncing right in front of
Cunningham.
Come on, bruh. How do you miss it? Was he trying to like pick it up and run it something? Like what was he doing?
You talking about Richie Cunningham? Because Randall was
right-handed.
Randall was right-handed like a mug.
Young was left-handed.
Steve Young, I think, was left-handed.
I said Young. Young and Vic and Boom. And like he just said, Boomer Esiason.
He was solid. Morrow had like 2 sacks. Was it him that had the 2 sacks last week?
Yeah, he had like 3 sacks last week.
Yeah, that got him. That might have got him a break for this week, but first, you know the ball hit the ground. I don't know why these dudes be selling it. Everything gets replay.
Remember, Devontae Smith got us a win in against San Fran.
But that's different because every turnover gets replayed now. That was a catch. You could run up and hurry up and hike it.
That's true. Yeah.
Mark Brunell.
Oh yeah, Brunell was cool.
I'm looking at the list of left-handed quarterbacks. It wasn't no whole bunch of good ones.
Brunell wasn't he?
Mike Vick and Boomer Esiason was probably the best. Steve Young,
Steve Young,
Young.
Because then you had Ken Stabler, Mark Brunell, Tim Tebow, Scott Mitchell, Frankie Albert.
He throws like Tim Tebow. That's what he throws like to me. Tua throws like Tim Tebow to me. He got a stronger arm, but it looked like that coming out. Tebow,
you just don't like his mechanics then.
Huh?
Yeah. You just don't like his mechanics.
I don't know. Just
was Hurts' arm? Is Hurts' arm stronger than Tebow's?
Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't do that.
Y'all some haters.
Don't do that. I do think though That one pass, Hurts tried to rifle into like the corner of the end zone. That it was like on a long third down. And he kind of scrambled around to the rifle in. If he had a little bit more of a gun, he might have been. It was to Devontae Smith. He might have been able to fit that in there. Yeah. This is where I do say that's his weakness. Every superhero got their kryptonite. This is his kryptonite. His arm strength is his kryptonite.
That's all I've been saying.
Nope.
It is.
I mean, that's all I've been saying the whole time. But like I said, I got to give him props. He does everything else so well that it is.
He got a really strong arm.
But we do have the receivers and the tight end that can get away. Like usually quarterbacks
And
with
the
weak
line.
arms, they try to jam the receivers and try to make it tough for the receivers to get open. But AJ gonna get open, Devontae gonna get open, and Ertz gonna.
And the line is gonna block and give you time.
Yeah,
and that touch push is almost unstoppable. I mean, that right there, that 4.
The league is hating. Yeah, let's address that because this irritates me, bro. This whole thing, like, oh, they need to see about making this illegal. Why? It's in the rules, and just because they're good at it, so should they have made Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook illegal? Because couldn't nobody guard it? Oh no, that's unstoppable. We got he can't shoot a skyhook no more. That's stupid. All the other teams have the same rules that they can play by. They can put people in the backfield and do the, as they call it outside of Philly, the tush push. But the brotherly shove, it works because we have the talent. Because you have a quarterback that can squat 600 yards, 600 pounds. You have a offensive line that gets low and pushes. Kelsey gets in that middle and moves people. You got the personnel for it. Don't hate on the play just because we got the personnel to make it execute.
Yeah, I agree. They just mad. Like anybody could use it if they want to. But after Eagles, even if they didn't ban it, after we was done with it, it's not a play that everybody can use like that.
That's the key. That's why they want to ban because everybody can't do it.
They don't have the personnel.
That's
they look like Jalen be like on water floating. Don't know when he be.
But for him to do that, if you look at it, because it's not just him, it's him because of his leg strength, because that's a big part of it. But if you look at how low our offensive line, those big bodies we got on offensive line, that's why he looks like he's floating, because the offensive line gets so low and clear him out. Yeah. It's like a good yard and a half easy every time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I'm hating no one is gonna ban it though. I know they will.
They tried to do it this past year. They didn't do it. They tried.
Who you getting your game ball before we wrap it up?
AJ Brown.
That's good.
AJ Brown got the game.
Over the offensive line.
That one-handed catch across the middle was crazy. I love stuff like that. That joint was crazy. That was probably the hugest play of the game. So that one-handed, and then right after that, he got the pass interference call. So he on that drive. It was all him. He walked us to the end zone. And that was the biggest drive of the game for the touchdown. So,
what about you, Ethan?
6 catches for 127 yards too.
Yeah, I'm leaning to AJ, but the way it hurts, I might have to lean to Hurts, man, because Hurts really
not mad at that.
He did his thing, running, passing. He had some huge runs too, pick up some third down. I don't usually want to get a game ball to Hurts. But I'm gonna give it to Hurts this game.
That's hating.
Even though he threw that pick, I'm gonna give it to Hurts.
We got a strong echo going on. Wayne.
I'm going with Dallas Godert because I feel like he set the tone. He actually had good stats too. He had 8 receptions for 117 yards. He had some clutch, especially early on. He got a couple of them plays that extended drives and stuff like that. I thought he set the tone and it opened up a lot of the other stuff.
So they all get a third of a game ball. Godert.
Yeah, because I mean, Jalen got 2 receivers that made all those catches and everything. So the quarterback was Dylan. You know what I'm saying? I would have easily gave it to Jalen, except for that interception was a horrible interception.
Swift had a good game too, though. He balled too.
He did.
But this is what they're saying. Like Wayne was saying, we could hurt you with so many different angles. That's why it's hard to stop. Who's your game ball, Tim?
I think I'm gonna go with the defensive line.
They ain't do nothing until the end of the game.
What's the defense in the second half? To me, either
you gotta remember, and I'm gonna let you do your thing. But we had the ball almost the whole fourth quarter. The defense, they had to do nothing. They really had. I gotta check. Go ahead.
To Tim's point, the Rams got the ball back first in the second half, and the Eagles defense shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta check time of possession.
All right. I'm gonna go with Brian Johnson. Then I thought he called it a great game.
I gotta take time.
Time of possession, Ethan. LA had
Yeah.
it for 22, and the Eagles had it for 37. Matter of fact,
crazy.
Eagles basically had it for 38 minutes.
Wow, so total domination.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all got any final thoughts?
And shout out to both the coordinators, because I gave them a little grief last week. You know what I'm saying? How certain stuff was being called, but both the coordinators had a good game this game.
Yeah. I feel sorry for y'all Giants fans, man. Rest in peace. Y'all, Daniel Jones stinks. He stole money.
He got y'all good.
Yeah, he did.
Remember, boys were trying to say Daniel Jones. They was putting his stats up. See, that's what I'm saying. Why with Jalen is bigger than stats, and that's what I had to realize and accept and appreciate with him. Because him and Daniel Jones had similar stats, but Jalen makes plays, and he's a smarter player. And
he was the D coordinator was blitzing a lot. He actually blitzed a little more than I probably would have, to be honest with you. And I am heavy on the blitzing, but he did blitz a lot. I was surprised.
He did. I was glad because that last play when we sacked him on fourth down was a blitz play. I hate when it's a long fourth down play and they play that prevent defense. I hate that. Bring the ruckus, man. Bring it.
Yeah, they started getting in Stafford's face, and you started seeing he was feeling the effects of it a little bit. Yeah. He started seeing them shadows.
He did. The Sixers onto the Sixers. Did Harden play in this preseason game?
No, neither him or B.
Okay, somebody said Maxey was doing good. Did y'all watch that Golden State Lakers game last night? By the way,
never.
No, Maxey had 19 points in 19 minutes in the first half. Harden,
Maxey got 24 and counting.
I don't think Harden gets traded before the season because I think they're trying to play hardball because the Clippers want him, but the Clippers like, nah, we know nobody else want him. And whereas the Sixers like, well, we're not gonna give you what you want as that piece, you know what I'm saying, just to make you better without you fattening our pockets. So, but at some point, I think the Clippers are going to have to make that move because who's their point guard right now? Like they really don't. They're really built. They need Harden. They need that point guard. They need that piece to make their team a true contender. So
now we're in first place.
Who blinks first.
If we're in first place in February with Harden, are you still trading him?
If he wants to be traded, yes. If he wants to be traded, yes.
But we dominate. Like with him right now, we almost look like the favorites to win it all.
But if he's saying he wants to be traded, I'm letting him go. Let him go. But that being said, if we're in first place and he's balling like that, and if he wants to be traded, put it this way, if we're in that situation and he want to be traded, he ain't trying to win. He just being spiteful and being petty. Let him go.
If we balling, I think if he, you know what, because it's a difference. If he balling, if we're balling and he's heavily contributing, then he will want to stay. But if we're balling and he's not heavy contributing to that factor, he might want to leave.
And even if you want to leave, if that's the case, and we're balling without him being a big part of it, I'm down to trade him. Just give me some trade value. Give me something from down the back end. Give me some picks or something like that.
Yeah. Well, we got a back-to-back with a home and home with Boston. I think we play them again in a couple of days in Philly.
Yeah, but Harden could walk after. Yeah, Harden could walk, and we lose him for nothing. So you kind of playing a dangerous game if you don't trade him.
You saying we lose them for nothing? We might lose them for nothing, but you know what we gain? We gain that contract. We gain that money to go out and get a free agent.
Yeah, but so nobody might want to sign her. Who's the free agents coming out?
No, but no matter what, if nobody. But if he's a free agent,
are you
to lose him for nothing like trade back? Yes, because that money comes off the book. Yes. The way I look at it, this is the way I look at it. I hear what you're saying.
That I traded him for. You still lose your
I hear
asset.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but to me, see, I don't care about. I hear you, but stuff that happened back then. At this point, I feel as though once he leaves, that frees up contract cap space. So and
yeah,
it's
but you still lost your assets. It doesn't get you your assets back. That's
I don't look at that. It don't matter. So because I'm like, so at this point, all right, that's something that we made, that's something we gave up. All right, but at this point, I don't, and that's how I feel, Phil. I don't feel like it's a bad trade.
Nothing is a bad trade. if he leaves and you get nothing?
Cap space means a lot. That's why some people trade value to get cap space.
Nothing if he walks and you get nothing, how is getting something out of a trade bad?
I mean, I kind of agree with Ethan because right now Clippers is offering a first round pick and also a pick swap. So
because you know what else you end up having to take back. You got to take contracts back on with
expiring contract.
How?
Expiring contract.
You think they gonna give you expiring contracts for an expiring contract?
The Sixers want man in the deal, and the Clippers don't want to give up man.
They want I think Marquise Morris.
They want Terrence Mann in the deal.
And I think.
Well, guess what? Let it go out in the free agency, and then we bring Ben Simmons back for $5 million a year.
I bring Ben.
Tim would love it.
I would.
Uh-huh.
Ben will have a break. I'm telling you right now, Ben is going to have a breakout season this year. Watch out.
I have no problem.
All right, it's a good show.
No, he's not. But let me
Good
tell you
show. With Tim talking like that, it's time to wrap it up.
If you telling me I could bring Ben Simmons back at the bargain basement just to be a defensive player,
no,
I'm fine. I just don't want him being a star on my team.
You got PJ Tucker.
Ben is worse than ever right now.
No, he's back. I'm telling you, he's a total different bull.
Who told you that?
He did.
Tawana.
And Tawana
did. Okay. Ben is worse than ever right now, bro. He has no confidence, no game, no support system. He's done.
I'd rather get rid of an expiring contract than to take on somebody else in the contract that I don't feel as though is a big part of my future.
So what did Harden say on media day? He said he's going to play out his contract.
He never spoke.
This boy.
I mean, he's in a tough spot too, though, because guess what? If you do, because if he stinks it up, he knows good and well he's going to be playing in China. If he don't play here, if he sabotages the situation here and don't get to go to the Clippers, he'll be playing China next year. Because no other team is going to bring him in. Like I think Tim was just saying, all those guys have expiring or somebody in the comments said the Clippers have all expiring like Paul George, Kawhi, all of them. Their contracts is up at the end of this year. So they just looking for one last shot. Like, let's see if we could do this and we could win while we got these guys. So nobody else is going to want Harden. Nobody's going to pay him big money to come there.
I agree with that.
He's been the last couple
I agree with that. But we still.
So it's in his best interest that if he's stuck here, he at least play.
I agree, but I mean, we'll see if Harden feels that way. Harden paid though. Is it really about the money for Harden at this point? Like, not that he wouldn't want more money, but Harden never plays in the NBA again. Harden is perfectly fine.
But he wants more money. That's why he's mad, because he didn't get that max contract.
We'll see.
Remember, that was his biggest problem. He didn't get that max contract he thought he was going to get.
The problem was,
remember, everybody was hyped. He thought he was going to go to Houston. Houston was going to pay him the max deal. And everybody was like, we seen Game 7.
By the way, Mr. Wing, for that game, I think Cowboys might win.
It's a win-win situation for us, regardless.
It is. I still want Dallas to lose, but I think Cowboys might win this game.
I would prefer the Cowboys.
I think I might be better off if the Cowboys win.
Me too, but I'm thinking I might
play the Cowboys.
I want the Cowboys to win, but I think San Fran might.
If you got money on San Fran,
take
it.
No, I don't know if Dallas can deal with this defense they got.
We'll see. Well, Dallas missing some people, missing some people too. But I don't trust Purdy. Been doing good. I just don't trust him like that. Like,
I don't. Do you trust Dak?
That, truth be told,
this is the game of untrustworthy quarterbacks.
Yeah, Dak can have a good game and throw a goofy pick like in the middle of a good game, do something dumb like that. But I think Dallas going to win. If I had to put money on it, I say Dallas.
Hey Phil, I don't get emotional with that type of stuff when it comes to the opponent. This is how I feel of it. We played Dallas 2 times. I feel like we could beat Dallas. We can handle Dallas.
I just want us to be the only undefeated team in the league.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yep.
I don't want to
right now. San Fran is our competition right now. So if they got to take an L at the expense of Dallas getting a win,
I would never want my team to be undefeated going into the playoffs. Though that's why I'm glad we lost last year.
Why not?
It's too much
That's
pressure.
a lot of pressure.
Too much
A lot of pressure, bro.
Man,
Too
whatever.
much pressure.
Remember what happened when the Patriots they folded in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Too much pressure.
yeah, but they went into the playoffs undefeated and they only lost because of that goofy. The ball got stuck in the ball helmet, basically. Like, come on, like it's not like they choked out.
No, they had they had a couple drop passes. Remember Edelman dropped that pass and stuff. They had a couple things go wrong like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it wasn't like I could see if they lost in like the first round, you go undefeated, then lose in the first round. But they got to the Super
But that's
Bowl.
still with the possibly the greatest quarterback of all time, and they still lost. No, I don't want my team going undefeated and going to the playoff. I don't. Want
Well, we
that.
probably wouldn't anyway, because if you at that point, then they probably rest players at the end of the season.
No. If you 14-0, no, you don't rest. Now,
I
you
do.
playing for something.
No, I would. I would
I
purposely
absolutely
lose.
no.
I would
I
purposely
absolutely
lose that
do.
last game.
No, I'm not purposely losing, but I'm definitely sitting my starters out for a game.
No, you're not. No, because now is bigger. Now you playing for that Dolphins record.
Dolphins,
I don't think the Eagles organization. I don't think the Eagles organization will move like that.
Yeah, they would.
They
It's
don't do it.
it's the ultimate jinx to try to go for that record. I wouldn't go.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because AJ said last year he glad we lost because now the pressure's off. Because them kept you're not going to try and lose.
But that's what
purpose.
we're saying.
I don't
think that the Eagles front off. I don't think their organization would say, "Oh, we got to let our starters play because we want to win all the games."
Pressure.
I think that they would be like, "All right, let's sit back."
I would never have my team going undefeated. It's too much pressure. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Not that I think we're gonna get that far, but I'm just saying if the stars happen to align,
we're gonna lose. We're gonna take a loss. I think it's gonna be a loss.
We're gonna go 9-0, then we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose that. Our first loss is gonna be Kansas City in the rematch.
It might be Miami. I think we beat that Kansas City just because.
No, Miami coming here. We're gonna beat Miami. Yeah, if going there, we might lose.
All right, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch y'all on the next podcast.
The Redskins.